Channel. The Car Guy Channel. My name is Mike Hennessy. This show is all about cars and all four car guys. Get yourself a cold beer. Get yourself a cold beer, guys, because our show is... Yeah! We are smoking! When people build this stuff, they build a lot of junk sometimes. You guys want me to be honest with you on this show?
Television personality and car man of the decade. Here's Mike Hennessy.
$500. The only thing wrong with this car is the loose nut behind the wheel, but we're going to get that fixed. 18.5. 18.5.
I'm Mike Hennessy, and you're watching the Car Guy Channel. I have an auto repair shop. I've been in the business for over 30 years. You name it, we got it, we built it, we've done it, we do it. We love this car stuff, and I hope you guys do too. We're going to have a lot of fun, got a lot of stuff cooking, so just stay
2,
tuned.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
My name is Mike Hennessy. I am the producer and the host of the Car Guy Channel. And I want to thank everybody for watching the Car Guy Channel and being part of it. This episode is a little bit different for everybody. I want people to kind of maybe meet me in a totally different way and hear about a lot of things what the Car Guy Channel has really been all about for a long period of time. We have nearly 40 hours of Car Guy Channel. Yes, 40 hours of Car Guy Channel are out there being seen and watched. So when you go on YouTube, you want to check out any episodes of the Car Guy Channel that we have on there, 90,000 people have hit them. Some of the neatest parts about the Car Guy Channel has really started out originally from the San Jose Grand Prix. San Jose Grand Prix back a few years ago down in San Jose, they had the big race that covered everything. We had a guy come up to me that wanted to film the whole show and do bits and pieces for a TV show called On the Lot with Steven Spielberg. He went ahead and did a piece of the San Jose Grand Prix, and we really had a pretty good time doing it. He entered the program to the show called On the Lot. On the Lot went ahead and did great. He was in the top 20, and the program really did pretty good. He didn't win number 1 or anything, but we had a lot of fun filming it, and we decided to go ahead and create the TV show called The Car Guy Channel. Weekly program, half-hour show. We cover events from all over. But how we started covering events and why we wanted to cover events was about cars, the car hobby, and what we do here in the Bay Area. The Car Guy Channel kind of turned itself around into its own identity. You never know how things really go until you really get rocking and rolling with it. When the Car Guy Channel hit, we're doing events. We're getting phone calls from clubs and all sorts of groups to do things about charities. And most of those events and all those things are about charities. You see a lot of clubs that we're going to be doing, and we do one over at Cathedral Faith Church. It covers all the cars. They have 300-400 cars show up, bring toys for tots. The Car Guy Channel films it. The Car Guy Channel doesn't take a nickel for none of this stuff. We cover a lot of stuff throughout the whole Bay Area, and the charity work we've done. 4 years ago, we went ahead and collected nearly $100,000 through Hot San Jose Nights, all because of what was good to do with the Car Guy Channel. Car Guy Channel is filmed out of over 8 networks throughout the whole Bay Area. We're talking Santa Cruz, Monterey, Livermore. We're talking about the whole complete Bay Area watches the show. I get teased a little bit about a pair of red shorts I wear once in a while, but check some of these out and you'll be able to see something we got going. When you catch the beginning of the show, you guys just saw the brief introduction of, you're watching the Car Guy Channel. I have been in the business over 30 years. I've been in business well over 35 years. I hate to show my age. Doing and restoring, building, buying, and selling classic automobiles. I feel the expertise I got in cars is really a vast bunch of knowledge. I wish I could write it all down. If I was really a book smart guy, it'd be a whole different story. But we got a lot of this stuff locked into our head, but I'm a true car guy, and I'm down to the car guy, down to the bones. I think the Car Show channel has a lot to do with what goes on with car guys throughout the whole Bay Area. And we meet some interesting, and I mean some interesting people.
I'm Stu Harmon, and this is my 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner.
My name is Mark Kolbeck, and this is my 56 Chrysler Windsor.
I'm Dennis Harris. This is my 69 Dodge Coronet RT.
I've owned it 46 years. I'm the original owner. It was my signing bonus to go to college in 1967.
The women really love the color. I like the color too, but I joke at shows. I said, if my wife loves the color, I love the color.
Some of the best comments and some of the best compliments we get in the Car Guy channel is the music. And the music really plays a lot of part. The movie American Graffiti, what made the movie American Graffiti really was the music. And the music we have for the Car Guy channel, I think, is spectacular. It covers a lot of bases and a lot of things a lot of us remember. And some of the big things about Car Guy channel was meeting Candy Clark at Hot San Jose Nights. Hey there, car guys and car gals. I'm standing next to Candy Clark from the movie American Graffiti. Candy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been such a fantastic show, and I love all your spectators. You're like the P.T. Barnum of the hot rod world. I mean, this is like a 10-ring circus. It really is. I just can't believe it. We went to the drive-in and we cruised down Main Street. I do a lot of shows, probably 25 shows a year, and your show is fantastic. It really is. And you've been so good to me. And all your volunteers are fantastic and very helpful, and they know what they're doing, and it's just smooth sailing. It really is.
We had some pretty neat things with Hot San Jose Nights during the whole creation with the Car Guy channel and Hot San Jose Nights. One of the neatest things was working with some of the charities. We went ahead and did a pancake stack. We tried the largest in the world, and we were awarded from the Lions Club for doing that. There was a fantastic day. It's a fantastic part of the event, all charity, and they raised over $8,000. And we like to see that brought in, and we were just so happy and so proud. There were newspaper articles all about it, and of course, when we went to a Lions meeting one night, we were presented from an award from the Lions Club, and I want to thank the Lions for doing all that. It's very nice, and I hope they did well. We want to have them back. All sorts of events that we're doing throughout the whole Bay Area. We just did not stop with the Lions. We've taken on all sorts of clubs and groups, charity-minded and whatnot. And what started a lot of this really was working with the San Jose Mercury News. Rick Schiller turned out to be a very close friend to me working for the Mercury News, and we developed an event called Hybrids to Hot Rods. We wanted to introduce the hybrid cars to the hot rod guys. It's time to blend. It's time to mix. And that's what we did at Hybrids to Hot Rods. You'll see cars all over for all makes and models, and sitting down to design in a show. Car shows can be worn out, can be slow, they don't even go. Some work, some don't. But what I feel works is activity and make it very, very family friendly. You don't see too much alcohol at my type of event, not that I'm against it, but I kind of think cars and alcohol is really not the best mix on the planet. But what we do think does work is cars with people and all the stuff that has to go with it. You loved Hybrids to Hot Rods was really a pretty good show with Rick Schiller at the Mercury News. Being a car guy, there's some super, super exciting stuff. One of the neat things we did, got on the phone, called the Mercury News, said, guys, I need the whole front lawn for the whole area because Carroll Shelby passed away last May. And we think being an icon of the automotive industry, he's changed so much for everybody. And that's really a lot of cars are Shelby inspired, regardless if you had a General Motors to a Chrysler to a Ford product. He still inspired people to really build and really go fast, look cool, and he's really an icon in the automotive industry. When I told them that, I didn't even have to finish my speech. They said, what is it going to cost us? And so we took over the whole grounds of the San Jose Mercury News for a fantastic event. And again, like I was saying earlier at the beginning of this topic, some of the people we met, and I mean, Bill Cosby is pretty much king of the hill.
So Carol keeps talking about this car, and I'm excited about it. He says that we're going to have an automatic transmission. And I said, Carol, what? Because I'm looking for vroom, vroom. You know, shifting gears and shifting down, noise, blang, blang, plow, plow. Well, you can't do that with an automatic shift, I'm thinking. I said, Carol, why do you have an automatic shift? And he didn't say my name loud. He said, Bill, which means, you know, if you're from the South, they say it loud. It's like, watch out. But when they drop and they say your name softer, you've said something dumb. And he said, why row a boat if you have a motor?
The other things about the Mercury News, when an event came up, was Hurricane Sandy. Weather time of year was pretty tough, and I want to thank the Rotarians of San Jose. They jumped on board immediately when we wanted to go ahead and do a Hurricane Sandy relief concert and fund. The Mercury News was the first people to put their hand in the air and said, Mike, host it down here. We went ahead and had a full concert there. Car people, you car people are fantastic. When there's all sorts of charity type events, I'm going to have to say this, and I'll say it on record. Car people are, without a shadow of a doubt, the best. They step up to the plate, they get involved, they show their car, they have fun. And this nickels and dimes here, raffle comes in, and all sorts of neat stuff. The bands show up. These people came in for absolutely nothing, and we did an event for Hurricane Sandy, and I'm proud of everybody. So when I do these speeches with the Lions and, of course, the Rotaries and all sorts of groups out there, I am blessed to have all of you involved, especially in our Bay Area, because really, we can't function as a community without people like you guys. When there's a certain event that's big, and if it's car-related, Chevrolet just had the 60th anniversary for the Corvette and, of course, the Bel Air. And again, another charity that steps to the plate is Leukemia and Lymphoma. When Linda Mandel got a hold of me and said, Mike, is there anything we can get in the car rolled? We'd like to get involved. She brings everything down. So we want to thank all the charities that get involved with the Car Guy channel, because really this is a community program, and really that's really what a lot of this is all about. But the Car Guy channel has done some fun stuff that everybody's involved. We have a volunteer group that is probably the best in the planet. We had a volunteer group get together with us, and we went ahead and built floats for parades. We've done 4th of July parades. We have done Easter parades. And the famous downtown San Jose Christmas parade. Now, I don't want to brag about it, but I'm going to. But there's all sorts of crazy things that went on. We built a float each year. And each year we built a float. We took first place on every single float we built. We got these 2 huge awards each year, and I'm telling you, the neatest thing about it is the people that we meet. And when we had Rick Torres, the Elvis impersonator, doing his thing, it made the show, and it made it what it was, and it was absolutely spectacular. We had dancers from Camden High School. We had kids involved, families involved. It was a fantastic part of what the Car Guy channel is all about. We were able to film that, show that to the community. And of course, getting on Channel 7 News really was not a bad point either, for about the Car Guy channel. But these are 2 huge awards that we're very, very proud to be involved with. And it shows really a lot what we're doing out there. There's all sorts of things I say on the show all the time. I say, go ahead and send me cards and letters. Get a hold of me when you can about things going on. Sometimes it might show my age. Now, some of you guys might get a kick out of this, because sometimes I call the gals the tomatoes out there. Hey, they're good-looking tomatoes out there. A lot of guys get a kick out of that. I don't know what it was. It's always stuck with me. Maybe I watched the Three Stooges too much when I was a kid, but it always seemed to stick with me, and it's something that's always went on as we're doing the Car Guy channel. Now, the statement I made one time, and one time only, on one show, I said that there's a rumor that there were more children conceived in the backseat of a 57 Chevy than any other car. Yes, you guys might chuckle a little bit, but I had phone calls. I had a lady who told me her husband was a traveling salesman, that Hudson Hornet had the fold-down seat, and now they have 6 grandchildren. I had Jay Leno called one day, and this is a phenomenal story. Jay Leno calls, and he says, hey, Mike, they made more Fords than they did Chevys. Did you know that? That made sure that Jay watched the clip. Meeting people like Jay Leno, and all through what goes on for the classic car auctions that we put together, Jay shows up with this. Again, the people you meet by doing the Car Guy channel, that's what brings the community together, brings the show together, and I think it makes it a better program for everybody to watch. The Car Guy channel gets recognized through Santa Clara County, and we get a phone call one day to go to a nice, big, beautiful luncheon. Susan dresses up, looks fantastic. Sam Liccardo stands up, and they're standing there with the mayor, with Chuck Reed, and they present us with an award. We get an award each year after the holiday parade is what we have done for the schools and what we filmed out. We got recognized by the city of San Jose, and it just made us proud to be part of the Car Guy channel for some of the awards that we have received. Getting awards for doing this type of stuff, let's face it, the cost of the award is very minimal. It's what people do and say that respect you, and respecting us is a pretty big thing. You guys can tell now that I'm not afraid of a little publicity. And get in your face and you get your name, and all that you're doing on the papers gets us out there. In all reality, I always say, I'm going to take one for the team. Taking one for the team is getting me out there to go ahead and help promote your event. If I am the guy that gets out there, people recognize the show, recognize who I am, recognize what we do, then we got pretty good followers. Again, like I was saying, we have 90,000 people view our YouTube clips. We have a website of Hot San Jose Nights that is it's statewide. We cover a lot of avenues, events that's going on, and all the new happenings with email blasts and stuff going on. But getting on the front page of the newspapers is a very, very vital point to really what we do. And again, it shows that we're recognized, we're out there, and we do a lot of stuff. If we didn't have the Car Guy channel, we would not be able to have anything that goes on like this here to let people know about what we're doing, let alone winning the awards for things we've done. There's a WAVE award, means Western Access Video of Excellence. Now, not too many TV shows have ever won those. We sent one in, and it was the Car Guy channel episode of a Volkswagen show. Now, Volkswagen show is really not my real cup of tea, but I'll tell you one thing, it was a lot of fun to do and a lot of fun to be there, and we won the WAVE Award for California, Arizona, Oregon, and Nevada. Pretty big accomplishment for the Car Guy channel. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, we met a guy that was absolutely known as Mr. Roadshow. Turned out to be my very good friend, Gary Richards. Gary Richards from the Tennessee Mercury News. We had a nickname one time. The nickname was Mean and Green. You guys figure that one out if you know who Gary Richards is. They did a big article on us because of some of the shows and some of the events we've done. Meeting Gary Richards is a pretty big part of the Car Guy channel. We talk all the time about all sorts of adventures and things going on and what we got and whatnot and whatnot. Gary, thanks for being my friend. Good to see you. I have to tell you what we're very proud of for the Car Guy channel, what we've accomplished. And I could not accomplish none of this without two people. I have a gal named Estelle Gal. Now, she's probably embarrassed. She's not the one that always comes on the camera. She's the one that's filming this today. But Estelle Gal, who's the one who edits all this stuff, who directs all of this stuff, and really puts all this together. Estelle Gal should get almost all the credit for what we do here for the Car Guy channel. She makes this here happen what it happened. And the big things that we've done, we've won 2 years in a row. And I did save kind of the best for last. The 2 years in a row are from the Crate TV Awards. Now, these awards are not easy to come by. We send in our copy. They choose copies that they kind of like, and they go ahead and judge them. Now, I didn't take it as serious as what we should at first. Susan looks at me, Estelle looks at me and says, this is kind of a big deal. I didn't chuckle a little bit, and go on. When I found out that over 2,800 videos come in for them to view and then go ahead and judge us to be as one of the best programs on Comcast, did make me feel pretty good. You're going to see that we won the award in 2012 and we won the award in 2013. And of course the newspapers took a pretty good sense to what we're doing, and they go ahead and get us in there and get us out there, so we're proud of it. So I want to thank my wife Susan Hennessy and Estelle Gal for being the major part of the Car Guy channel. Without my wife, Susan, you guys would never see none of these videos. Estelle can edit them all day long. I can produce them all day long, but you would never get them if it wasn't for Susan. We always need somebody in the background to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Susan gets them out there, gets them to the studios, makes sure everything is done. She's the business head of how all this stuff here works. When we go up there and get the awards, you're going to see a little clip of us getting the award, and Susan looks absolutely spectacular, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We are not slowing down on the Car Guy channel. I have an event coming up that's actually going to be held in Watsonville, California. Watsonville has an air show. We went ahead and been planning this for about 2 years. We want to move to one of the largest car events that could be held with not a lot of restrictions like we have here in the Bay Area. We developed a show called the Watsonville Fly-In Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We're so excited about it. I got to tell you, there's going to be recovering. We're doing cooking shows, air shows. We're doing cars of 500 cars. We're going to have 700 airplanes at this particular event. It's going to be so big it's going to have to be 2 days. There's no drive-in movie over in Watsonville. We're actually bringing in a drive-in movie, a big blow-up screen. We're going to play the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We're so excited about this event that all the stuff's going on, and you're going to see a little bit of about a guy who gets into a jetpack, and he takes off about 150 feet in the air, and he's going to race a car on a jetpack. I did ask him the million-dollar question. I said, you got up in the morning, and you have this 800-pound jetpack that you strap on your back, and you take off, right? And he says, yeah, that's right. I said, it didn't work out too good for Wile E. Coyote. He's still laughing about that, but he's going to be at the Watsonville Fly-In at Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So I want to take the moment and thank everybody for watching the Car Guy channel. We have a lot of neat things coming up and a lot of episodes happening. And again, I always say on the show, there's 2 things you don't touch. On this particular video, I'm going to say 3 things you don't touch. You don't touch that dial, don't touch those cars, and please don't touch my lunch that's sitting on the table. And again, sit back, get yourself a cold one, and keep watching the Car Guy channel.